And here we go. We are diving into our second series of the morning, and spawning in the top right hand corner of data under the sea, we have our New Zealand Zerg player himself, the brand new Papi representing Root Gaming. It is MightyKiwi. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of data under the of data under the sea, we have the Australian Zerg player, the old school gamer, going for a 12 pool. It is Alopex. Oh boy. Shout out to please rename to Papi Kiwi. Shout out to Tonaso in the chat, just letting us know that of course, even if Chappie was willing to play from some of those PC cafes, you do have to reside in the Australian and New Zealand region to compete. So even then, mate, you just had to go to Japan, didn't you? Just had to go to Japan. Shaking my head. Oh god. But yeah, we do see MightyKiwi going for a bit of a build order win. I say build order win, you know, just correctly calculating and correctly going for this build. He did go for a pool gas hatch opener. It was a standard pool first. This is a very, very safe opener, and especially safe against the 12 pool. Oh boy. Alopex, bearing in mind though that he did actually take an earlier gas though, a very interesting variation of a 12 pool. We do see that MightyKiwi is still ahead in the gas count, but Alopex is not too far behind, so he will be able to get into Ling speed once he gets deflected. And I'm going to assume he gets deflected because these Lings are here, and now finally Alopex recognizes, oh, it wasn't a hatch first. So Alopex is going to be forced back for a moment. Question marking. Yo, what's going on? Oh my god, I'm getting some flashbacks. Alopex. 12 pool Papi. He's not quite certain what is happening. We just see Lings though dancing here with the players, and this is a scary moment. MightyKiwi just has to buy time. Once Ling speed kicks in, he'll be able to completely shut down every single one of these Lings of Alopex. So Alopex has to be careful not to overstay his welcome. His Ling's going to be looking to maybe try and get that queen if MightyKiwi does overextend. Oh. And with that, MightyKiwi even getting a Baneliness behind this. Again, this is MightyKiwi's standard response to either a 12 pool or even a 13-12. Mainly a 12 pool opener here. It does mean that MightyKiwi will have a massive counterattack potential, and he has not been droning at all. He does kind of actually transfer a couple of drones here towards the low ground. I love it. He's pretending as if he has been droning, but the Lings are coming out, and Ling speed, oh man, it's going to kick in. Alopex is trying to go for a scout. Oh, he sees drones, but that is all he sees, as MightyKiwi is going to be pulling the trigger, and Ling speed finishes now. Alopex still 10 seconds away from his own Ling speed. He's going to be bleeding out a lot of these Lings. Meanwhile, Alopex is going to be flooding across the map, but he's going to be facing Banelings. Oof. Again, this feels like a hard counter, but we'll see how good the micro and control is going to be here, as Alopex is just sending everything across the map. The Banelings they're going to finish up. They finish up a little bit too late. Up. Ooh. To find the connections that they need, Alopex, he goes into the main base with his Lings. He's going to be able to focus on one of those drones, but only one. And one is not going to be enough damage. Meanwhile, across the map, MightyKiwi also getting into the main base of Alopex is going to get cleaned up. Tries to split off a couple of Lings to morph in a couple of cheeky Banelings, but doesn't get them in the end. MightyKiwi still ahead in those drones. We've got 10 more drones on the way behind this. We still have 3 Banelings as well. And Alopex is trying to play Ling Bane without the Bane Papi. Uh-oh. Trying to sneak out a bit of a Ling run by though. Oh no! Papi, please be careful, Papi. As the Banelings push on forward once again, slowly just progressing here. There's another Baneling waiting on top of this ramp. It looks like one queen is going to get surrounded, but oh my god, the Banelings clean up the Lings. Nice target firing there. Ooh, a little bit of miscontrol from MightyKiwi, but that Baneling does find its connection, and now the Lings can focus down these workers. It was a rough start from Alopex to begin with, going for the 12 pool against the pool first from MightyKiwi. It is kind of a build order counter. I don't want to say a hard counter, but yeah, things are not looking amazing here for Alopex. Looks like 7 drones did go down. I mean, not bad, but MightyKiwi is still ahead 10 workers. 10! It's a lot of workers. Oof. Meanwhile, Alopex is trying his hardest here to just make more lings, make more queens. Like, he just can't afford to drone. He just doesn't have the time to drone right now. He's going to be able to target down 2 more of these morphing banelings. Honestly, really impressive target firing there from Alopex, doing the best he can with as little as possible. Or with what little he has. But there's only so much you can do with when you're up against banelings. Only so much. As the lings finally break into the natural, everything is going to be going down, and GG does get called. MightyKiwi correctly reading that his opponent would 12 pool and just shutting it down. Wow. MightyKiwi, he just knows, you know, he is the 12 pool king in Oceania, so he can just feel it whenever you go for it. It's crazy, puppy. It's crazy. It was today and yesterday as well. We've seen MightyKiwi quite often go for these pool gas openers that just happen to go into 12 pools or go up against 12 pools. And yeah, kind of best case scenario here for David. GG. Oh boy. And with that, we're going to be getting into game number 2. Alopex having a hard time in game 1, but you know, these things sometimes happen, especially in mirror matchups where you roll the dice, and I mean, he rolled the dice with the 12 pool, you know. He does recognize that MightyKiwi is the stronger player, so I don't blame him for doing it, but unfortunately was a little bit too predictable. Oh, my apologies. We are going to be getting into our second game. Oh, I think David may have made it. Okay, in. We may have both made lobbies at the same time. Letting him know that we are good to go. It looks like game number 2 is going to be on Inside and Out. Okay, interesting map choice. A smaller map. This honestly isn't bad for a 12 pool. My question is it MightyKiwi's turn to 12 pool? And how good is Alopex's 12 pool defense? That's what I'm wondering. Oh boy. Here we go. As we're now going to be loading into game number 2. Alopex has got a bit of a mountain to climb, but I'm sure he can pull it off. But spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the player who is currently leading this series 1-0, representing Root Gaming. It is MightyKiwi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, not going for a 12 pool. I can't say the same for his opponent. Representing himself, the old school gamer, the pink Zerg, it is Alopex. Let us go. And this is what I really wanted to see. Game 1, MightyKiwi just shuts down a 12 pool. Game 2, MightyKiwi goes for a 12 pool. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Meanwhile, a massive shout out to Toxie Bruh in the chat for the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy your emotes, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Meanwhile, oh, how the turns do table, because Alopex this time is going for a pool first. So very reminiscent to the last game, except we switched the names of the players. But very different as well. So if you remember, MightyKiwi, his safe opener is pool gas, and then hatch. And the reason for this is because the pool first defends against the 12 pool, and the faster gas means we can go into link speed and baneling nest much faster and go for a massive, devastating counterattack, which is what we saw last game. Alopex, he's also going for a pool first, but he's going pool, hatch, and then gas instead. So the question mark, let's go. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Kind of, if you weren't here for game number 1, this is what Alopex said to MightyKiwi. Shaking my head. So MightyKiwi, again, turning the tables here on his opponent. Because of this, Alopex won't be able to counterattack anywhere near as hard as MightyKiwi did. So he will be safe, but again, he won't be anywhere near as aggressive. And here we go. MightyKiwi, can he surpass the pool first? Does he have the micro for it? That is the question so far. Oh, does trade a little bit better in the end here. MightyKiwi coming out on top in the Ling fight. That Ling control, Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, and Alopex forced to back off his army, a little bit battered and bruised. Queen is coming down towards the low ground to try and fend this off, but more Lings are making their way in. Oh, and if Alopex isn't too careful, he may just lose the queen. We see a full surround as well, but MightyKiwi does overextend himself a little bit, does still trade more efficiently here when it comes to the Lings, and we'll back off. As MightyKiwi just drones from here. Meanwhile, I love it. Alopex is making his best MightyKiwi impression. He goes for link speed and then straight away goes for a baneling nest. So Alopex does not intend to drone. He does. Oh, I spoke too soon. Interesting. Despite the fact that he throws down a baneling nest, we have 5 drones on the way. Ooh, as Alopex does get supply blocked. Definitely not something that you want to be seeing here. So yeah, interesting choice. I mean, from here, I imagine Alopex should be making a flood of Lings, but he's still supply blocked. Oh god, it's actually really brutal. Oh god, this is giving so much time for MightyKiwi to get another Spine up and running, to get 2 more queens, 4 queens in total. He may not have a baneling nest, he may not even have Ling speed, as he is gasless at the moment, but he is looking perfectly fine. Cancels the Spine. And honestly, I think that is the correct choice here. We have a couple of banelings being morphed in, but there is no Ling flood. As long as the target firing is good, MightyKiwi should be safe. There we go, both banelings go down at the cost of a queen. But here we go, MightyKiwi, he's just going to fully wall off on 2 bases and get into roaches. And Alopex, unfortunately, is going to be spending more gas, not just on the baneling nest, but on 2 more banelings. I'm a little bit concerned about this. We'll see if he's going to be able to trade a little bit. But again, this is just gas that he's not going to be spending on his own roaches, or taking into those roaches as MightyKiwi is. Oh boy, so we'll see if he can recover. Obviously, a great way to do it is to expand and take a 3rd base, recognizing that MightyKiwi is stuck on only 2. We do see the queens plugging up this wall, not allowing these banelings forward. Again, the target firing takes down another baneling. And Alopex finally takes his 3rd. I do believe that this 3rd is a little bit late, though. It's a little bit of an afterthought. We do see the 3rd Evo Chamber, Roach Warren, and both gases being thrown down all at once. Alopex has some catching up to do. As MightyKiwi is already taking up and making his way towards his lair and +1 range, working towards his roaches. We'll see if he does make roaches just to expand and take a 3rd, or if he does intend to hit a timing with his upgrade. Even going to be sending his Lings across the map. I really love this from MightyKiwi, just because he doesn't have Ling speed, and the likelihood of these Lings helping in a head-on engagement isn't really high. They're not really useful back at home. They're not useful to defend either. So any kind of value that he can get, whether it's getting scouting, getting a queen, getting some drones, anything is going to be a plus here. As he's going across the map, unfortunately there are banelings waiting for him, and oh god, the banelings are going to be used on these Lings. It looks like, ooh, MightyKiwi's going to get a 2nd baneling as well. Can he get a 3rd? 2 banelings for all those Lings. Not bad, not bad. So we're getting into our roach production. We have 1-1 on the way here for MightyKiwi. And right now, he's just checking to make sure that there is no Spire, that Alopex isn't going to be trying to cut some corners and go straight into mutas or anything crazy like that. No, it is going to be Roach versus Roach. Alopex now saturating his third base. MightyKiwi slowly getting into his own third. And we do see Alopex just immediately rushing across the map. Looking at the units tab here, we are equal in Roaches. MightyKiwi is going to have the defender's advantage as well. Oh, Alopex gonna try and break this third, but this is an anti-timing. MightyKiwi, he finishes up +1 missile attacks before Alopex. Yeah, and Alopex, he realizes what's going on. He's gonna he cannot commit, he cannot engage. But now it's gonna be go time for MightyKiwi because Roach Speed just finished up. Oh my god, he's gonna be able to cut off the roaches. No! These roaches are going to get caught in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. 1-1 just finishes up. It is go time for MightyKiwi. Alopex trying to go for a Spire. He's crazy, puppy. And now MightyKiwi is dwarfing the roach count of Alopex. The concave is in favor of our pink Zerg player, but not the roach count. The boys are being pulled. Alopex droning up a little bit too much, just being too greedy, not just when it comes to the drones, but also when it comes to the tech. And he's going to be losing everything here at the third base. 15, 16 drones go down. It was definitely a good effort, but oh god, the transition wasn't quite there. And MightyKiwi with this timing, it looks like his roaches are running out of steam and they may be cleaned up here. But after the defense of Alopex, MightyKiwi is now leading that drone count. Oof. Now we'll see if it was worth it. Of course, Alopex did end up getting that Spire. We do have a couple of mutas on the way. Mutas can give him map control. Unfortunately, we only have 3 mutas. That isn't enough to one-shot workers. That is enough to push away some of these overlords and get some damage, don't get me wrong. But the muta count not being too high isn't going to be that threatening to MightyKiwi. Oh boy, as the mutas, may have just revealed themselves as well. Yeah, they reveal themselves. Spores are thrown down immediately. Yo, MightyKiwi, his eyes are like a hawk, papi. They're like an overseer. He sees everything. Oh my god. And we'll see what his response is going to be. He's going to be hitting a very strong 2-2 timing here. It's possible that he may just push out with this timing regardless of the mutas with just Roach Ravager. We have more queens on the way. We could transition into Roach Hydra. Mutas are going to be able to pick off a couple of overlords here and there. They get the overseer. They're going to get this overlord here. Meanwhile, MightyKiwi is just sending it across the map. And unfortunately, Alopex once again has been attempting to re-drone. Oh boy, and 2-2 finishing up as the fight does commence. MightyKiwi even splitting up a couple of roaches, head towards the natural base, headed towards the third. Oh, and the mutas do turn around. They will eventually clean up this army, but the third base is going to be going down. The natural base is forfeit. Alopex doing a great job at preserving his drones, once again headed into the main base. But the roaches are even in the main, puppy. They're everywhere. As drones are being focused down one after the other. Alopex knocked down to 2 bases. We do see the Hydrogen finishing up now. Hydra range on the way, so MightyKiwi is transitioning into Roach Hydra to deal with these mutas. The muta count is getting higher. We will say there are 7 mutas in total right now. Not a bad count. Is enough to threaten these mineral lines, as now Alopex, it feels like he's all in. We gotta just go, puppy. We gotta go, and the queen's gonna be rotating over to meet up with these mutas in the main base. Roaches are headed towards the third. Likewise, though, MightyKiwi's ground army is also here. Is gonna miss these roaches, though. Again, his overlords were pulled back. But the armies are actually gonna miss each other. Oh my god. Alopex, though, does get eyes on the Roach Hydra of MightyKiwi. Oh no, the mutas! We're good, Papa. We're good. And here we go, Alopex going for a bit of a surround here. This is kind of his best opportunity to take a fight. Oh, he's getting on top of all of these Hydras, and if he gets the Hydra count low enough, maybe the mutas can clean up. But 2-2's just too good. 2-2's amazing. GG, well played, and MightyKiwi will take the series 2-0. Oh, GG. MightyKiwi showing his veteran status. You know, it's great to see Alopex competing for the first time in many years, and it was great to see him take down Akon the way that he did. But here in the mirror matchup, here against MightyKiwi specifically, does have a harder time. And GG, congratulations to our New Zealand Zerg player. We're taking the series 2-0, and now he moves on to face my son, the one, the only, the Duck of the Stars, Starduck.